great friend of mine asked me the most thought-provoking question I've had in so many years. He asked me what I thought a soul was. I always thought I could define it, and it took me a very long time. Is it your thoughts? Is it your actions? Is it your values? Webster Dictionary defines the soul as a person's total self. I just don't think that gives it the oomph or, the realness that it needs. I believe your soul is your essence, your being, your values, your thoughts, your actions, your love, your kindness, your every aspect of who you are in this world. And depending on, what side of the spiritual fence you fall on, if you're into reincarnation, if you're into, we were in different dimensions, whatever it may be, it is a combination of every single aspect that you have gone through as a magnet. It's like a magnet to all the energy that has been created by you and your emotions and your thoughts and your actions. And when I got to think about that, I started thinking of how, what an amazing thing we are. I mean, there's nothing more to say than what we are. But what's hard about it is that, if I pick up a rock, I know it's a rock. Your soul, you don't see. You can't pick up your soul and say, this is my soul. So how was I expressing my soul? I realized I'm a tool. And I know that sounds very, actually very negative. And if you think, that guy's a tool. No, I'm a tool. I'm a tool because I realized that I am a paintbrush to the canvas that we call this world. You know that I am sad because I'm crying. You know that I am fucking happy because I'm dancing in the club and having a great fucking time. You know this because I was given this tool, a paintbrush, which I say is my body, to create the paintings and the visual aspects and emotional intrigue that I want the world to see. And when I realized that I am my body and my vehicle and my paintbrush was the one thing that is expressing my soul to the world, something really clicked in me. I began to take better care of myself. I began to understand that what I was eating mattered. Exercise mattered. What I was putting in my body mattered. I never cared about what I was eating. I never cared about exercise, really. I did sports, but I didn't take it into consideration of the physical effects it had on me. And when I started to, I began to understand how what I put in my body and how I feel about my body and how I feel about my inside. So it's not just about that physical appearance. It's about how I was nourishing my brain by reading, how I was nourishing my lungs by not smoking cigarettes, but how I was, nourishing my heart by working out. I began to take better care of myself. I am 40 years old and I am in better shape physically, mentally, emotionally than I've ever been. Oh, hell yes. Hell yes. I went way past woke. way past. I was so wanting to expand and learn more about the soul, the spirit world, just why we're here. Why the hell are we here? I practiced meditation for hours. Huge fan of it, still a huge fan, but I'm talking hours. I read everything I could about opening my third eye. I really was the poster child for the New Age movement. I was so entangled in this that at first it went from euphoric. I really thought I knew something that no one else knew. Or it was such a blessing because I saw the world in colors I've never seen. I realized death is an illusion. I really, really went into that rabbit hole. And then I hit a moment where I'll be very frank, I went crazy. I think that people probably thought I was on drugs. I was in this like almost a trance. And I'm not going to go into major details, but what I can say is that I will definitely write about the details. But I got into this zone where I didn't even feel like I was walking upon earth. I was walking through different dimensions. And I am not going to preach my beliefs or any part of that. Do I know for a fact there's a whole lot that we don't know out there? Yes. And do I think that if I sit here and ask myself the questions and try to locate those type of answers, I'm going to find them? No. And sitting here and doing that, I was neglecting my moments that were right in front of me here on earth. Not that I was somewhere else, but I felt like I was somewhere else. And when I moved past woke, and I started seeing that there is negative and positive energy, and that energy neutralizes our environment. And when I started viewing the world more like that, because there was moments that I was on the high of the highs, and then there were moments I was petrified. When I started realizing that this negative and positive energy is what neutralizes our experience here, I started to realize that any extreme, I don't care what way or what extreme we're talking about, it can be even something that you're healthy, like working out too much. Any extreme in your life, any extreme in my life can corrupt what we want to achieve in our future, in our present. I was so in the clouds that I was not focusing on my job. I wasn't, enjoying my dogs. I wasn't having the moments that I should be, because so many people don't get those moments. And once I realized that the negative and positive influences so much, I also realized that I am past woke because I have learned to balance. Balancing is the key to every aspect in my life now. I balance. If I want to, have a cheat meal, I'm going to balance that with an amazing workout. If I want to, drive super far and go on a road trip for a week, well, I'm going to balance that and work even harder right before I leave for my professional career. If I want to learn about the universe, if I want to learn about the spiritual path, the spiritual journey, I'm going to balance that with the pull of my current life here on earth. A lot of what I learned is not outside of myself. Everything I learned isn't found in the stars, and it isn't found on the moon, which I think are beautiful, and I get it. But everything I learned was within myself. And now that I know that, I can emulate love, and I can emulate kindness. And most of all, I can emulate balance to keep my soul firmly locked within the life that I've been blessed with.